Welcome. My name is Mike Baio with Banger Inc. Today's session, we're going to talk about in Sage Intacct for construction, how you can generate a test ACH file without having to go through payroll and create a whole payroll check for an employee. So this is going to be related to an employee's payroll direct deposit file and how you can generate a test ACH file off of your live data that you can send to your bank without having to create extra entries that need to get voided out of payroll. A lot of times it's called a pre-note, so we're going to talk about that right now. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you go in and you're in at your entity level. So I'm at Timberline General Construction. And I'm going to go into Applications, Time and Expense. And you want to make sure you do test a particular employee that is set up for ACH. So for example, if I go in and take a look, I'm going to range my employees. I know they begin with a G here. And I'm going to take a look specifically at Greg. Just to make sure, I'm going to use Greg as my sample. And over in the reimbursement tab for Greg, he is set up for ACH, enabled, and he has his banking information filled in and set up, ready to go. So that's confirmed. We're good to go on that. So to get something entered, you're going to go into Time and Expense, and you're going to go into Staff Expenses. So I'm going to hit the plus button here. Once I'm in here, I can select the employee that I want to use for my test, and I want to use Greg. And you don't really have to fill out anything else. You may or may not have columns set up accordingly like this. The one that you do need to fill out here is the expense type, and it is a required field, so you shouldn't be able to skip it. So in the expense type, based on our payroll setup, we should have a payroll expense type already set up. So just select the payroll expense type. You don't need to get fancy here as far as coding goes. You just need to put an amount in. And this is going to be your net pay amount. So let's just say we're going to test a $1,500 net pay. So really you just need amount and expense type payroll. From there, you're going to want to submit it, post it, and now that's going to register an expense report. So in the payroll process, if you're doing a normal payroll process, that entry gets created from payroll when you hit the pay button inside the check record. So what we've done here is just created an extra entry, and you can see here's my actual payroll ones that have come in the past. But now I have this one expense entry for $1,500. And now you would continue along the process that you would take during your construction payroll run. So one of the things you'll do here is you'll go into Select Expenses to reimburse. You'll select the payment method, which is going to be ACH. You'll click List, and you should just see the one that we created. Now I have some samples in here from prior weeks, so please ignore those. But down at the bottom there, you see that $1,500 check that I want to test. So you can select it, and it'll just test that $1,500 here. And then over on the right side, you're going to click Save. And that gets that entry ready to process. And from that point, again, normal process here for an ACH file. You're going to go over to Cash Management, ACH file generation, and there it is. So now, again, it's like your normal workflow. I can select that check. You're more than welcome to put in multiple employees if you want to test it with multiple employees. Just go and add more expense entries. Select the employee and generate the file. That takes you right into the ACH payment file. At that point, you can download that file. And that's going to download your ACH file that you need to send to the bank for testing. So that's the file you can take as your pre-note and send that for testing. And what you don't want to do here in this test is you don't want to click confirm, because if you click confirm, then it's going to post a transaction that you'd have to void. So as long as it's pending still, you can leave it there. You can download the file. If something is not set up correctly and you need to go fix it in the bank account setup, you can just come right back into here. So to get back into here, it's just Cash Management, ACH payment file, find that file, and you can just click delete. Now that will delete that payment record and send it back to time and expense. Okay, so now if I want to edit that, or if I need to go fix my bank account and then regenerate the file, I can go back into cash management, ACH file generation. It's still there waiting to be regenerated. So you can kind of regenerate this as many times as you need. And then once it's correct and it came back good, you just have to make sure you delete this entry out of the system. So once you're done with it, you're going to go back to time and expense. It's going to be a pending reimbursement. So you can go back to pending reimbursement. You'll see it right there. I can delete it out. So I can delete that. And that's no longer on the list. And last but not least, you want to delete the staff expense too, because it'll sit there as pending all the time. And every week you'll keep have to not select it. So go into staff expense, find that same one we just deleted the record on, and delete it, or actually you'll have to reverse it. So again, it won't show up anywhere as far as your payroll reports go. So you can just click reverse here. Do it as the same exact date. So it's going to be 4/26 here, same exact date. You can call it pre-note test and submit. And now that transaction won't show up anymore. You've done your pre-note test. You're good to go. And then you can take it from there. Thank you very much.